So here we are again on the edge of St Anne's Square. As you can see, it's somewhat different from last night. A lot more people around, and of course it's daylight, which always helps when you're putting a film out. And we'll just have a walk down, and I'll let you see what we've got, and then probably do a commentary over it afterwards. Now I just want to show you a shop called Molton Brown, who are based in London, and as we walk past, then I'm sure that you'll be able to see what I mean. Really beautiful shop. It was a very nice lady who was waving at me in the shop. I think she was a little bit embarrassed. This is the Royal Exchange Arcade that we were at the other end yesterday. And I'll just walk a little bit further back so that you can see the other entrance to the Royal Exchange Theatre. Again, we saw the other side yesterday. And here we have French Connection. And here we have one of the biggest Marks and Spencer stores in the country. This is the flagship store. And this is New Cathedral Street, which was purposely built after the 1996 bomb went off. This is where you'll find all the expensive shops. And as we can't go really too close to a lot of these places, then unfortunately I can't really show you very much, but we've got Ted Baker coming up. And Hugo Boss, which is quite a massive store. We then get Lacoste, and of course the UGG boot store, which I personally am against because of what they use there to make their product. And of course we have Burberry's, LK Bennett, and just before we get to Harvey Nichols, I want to show you this, which is the Louis Vuitton shop. Stupid people, so rude. But this is all made out of arrows. And this is the Louis Vuitton shop, or one of the windows. And over on the other side we find Harvey Nichols. And we're just going to walk past the Joe Malone shop, so I probably won't talk, but I'm sure you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. This is stunning. You couldn't really see very much, but on the other side of the road, and I'll just go a bit further towards it, you see two pubs, the Old Wellington Inn and Sinclair Oyster Bar. These two pubs were actually moved something like about 250 yards to where they are now from their original place, again just after the bomb went off. But we're just on the edge now, just before we get to the cathedral. And I'm sorry that we couldn't have a look at the Joe Malone shop a little bit better, but there's so much security on some of these stores that it's quite scary. This is Ye Olde Worldy Pubby. The building directly in front of us is the old Corn Exchange, or rather the new Corn Exchange I should say, even though it's not actually used for the kind of thing that it was originally built for. Inside it's basically a shopping centre, and you'll get Jigsaw, as we can see just in front of us, and all sorts of other shops. I think there's a couple of hairdressers, top class hairdressers there. But here we have part of the cathedral, and we'll just walk into the grounds so that you can just see, and hopefully, although it's been wet, I won't slip, because there's an awful lot of cherry blossom out. But and it's now 5 to 5 on Thursday evening, and just when we get round the corner you'll be able to see the clock tower, which at one time would have had real bell ringers in, but now for whatever reason it's all automated. But this is the cathedral. I'll just walk a little bit further over so that you get the full effect. And how marvellous is that? The sun's actually started to come out. It's funny the amount of tourists that I've seen doing this. There you go, Manchester Cathedral. Again, they don't particularly like you going inside to film, so we'll respect their wishes. But again, if if anybody decides to come to stay in Manchester and come and visit, then this is certainly a place you must come to. Not necessarily for any particular religious reasons, but certainly from a visitor point of view, because this is an area that's called Hanging Ditch. And Hanging Ditch, as its name implies, is where all the naughty people who were punished would finally meet their maker. Excuse me, sorry about that. And it was on this spot where this green grass is where they used to actually hang all the criminals. And we have another view of Chetham School of Music, which we were at the other side earlier today. And then of course you have the other entrance to the cathedral with all the fabulous cherry blossom trees. So we're just going to walk round because I want to show you a very smart building. It's now going to be a football museum, which of course Manchester is famous for two teams, one of which is the world famous Manchester United, and probably equally as famous Manchester City, two rival teams. But we're going to have a new museum. This building's been around for quite a few years and was actually built on an old parking lot up until, I'm not sure now, but it's this particular building I'm going to show you has been around for quite a few years now, and nice water feature. And as we've already seen previously in Manchester, there's an awful lot of work going on. So this is the building, and just look at the roof. How beautiful is that? And it actually curves round. We might be able to see it on the other side, but that is stunning. And one of my favourite patches of water in Manchester is this. And this will work its way all the way down here. This is the back of the School of Music. And we get more of a little stream that's being created. As I said, this started out, well, prior to this building being built, this was just an old parking lot, not really used, very abandoned, but now put to very good use. And whilst I have an objection about building new buildings of glass, this is certainly a stunning building. And unfortunately the fountains are not switched on at the bottom, but you'll get the general idea. So we're now heading towards Victoria Railway Station, where we started our journey this morning. Why is it that whenever you want to take a picture or you're filming, people always have to gravitate towards you and walk straight in front of you? Very annoying. But I suppose I should really have done this at night time. But this is the bottom end, showing the little bit of a waterfall, and we've just walked down the side there. and you can now partially see the sloping roof. We probably won't be able to get far enough away to see it in all its glory, but that is beautiful. As we go across the road, we then come to Victoria Station with the blue domes, and that, my friends, is the final, and I hear some of you say thank God, the final part of our little escapade into my town. I'll speak to you all very soon. Take care now. Bye bye. I couldn't just resist this, because although I've got sirens going on around me, and I'm obviously heading back home now, but the sun's come out. Yay! At last you can all believe, as a final part of this marathon of a video, at long last the sun has come out, and I'm going to show you some blue sky. Well, you can see it behind me. It looks like there's a concert on tonight, and one of the local television companies is obviously about to interview whoever's on, so when I get home I'll find out who it is and hopefully be able to let you know. But I also wanted to just say that if you've all stuck by this and you haven't been too bored and you found it interesting, leave some comments. You can also get onto my channel at Silk Deluxe or Kanga Boy on YouTube, and I have to say, with the sun in my eyes, late on Thursday evening, that it's been an experience. It's driven me up the wall with being out in the pouring rain to show you, and if I had more time then I'd certainly be able to show you the city in all its glory at night time, because if you thought some of the places I showed you were interesting and you'd like to visit, I promise you, if you see our city at night time, it is beautiful. So this is definitely I suppose you should never say never, should you? This is definitely the last bit that I'm gonna do, because I'm getting quite tired. I need coffee, I need to get home, and I need to take my wet boots off. So hope you've enjoyed, and let's see a few more of your videos. Let's see where you live, and as Karen said, just post it up. This certainly isn't fancy, whatever I end up with showing you, but it's one of those things that, you know, you don't realise what you have until you start doing something like this, and then you do realise that you have a stunning place that you call home, and that can't be a bad thing, can it? So hopefully you're not fed up of seeing Philip. There have been lots of comments saying we never see you anymore, we want to hear you talk, we want to see your face, we want to see what you're doing, where you live. Well, I think in this set of clips that have lasted in real time over 24 hours, but probably cut down to about 20 minutes, I hope that I've given you a glimpse of my life and where I live. You all take care and watch out for more soapy stuff, because there's some beautiful things that I've been making. I'll speak to you soon. Have fun and enjoy. Bye for now.